Angel facts about the Bible. One time, I asked my angel about the Bible. Remember, I told you from the last video, she didn't know what hell was or the Bible. So I decided to show her the Bible, and she touched it, and within milliseconds, she read the whole Bible just by touching it. And I done had some people in the chat room, they get extremely mad saying, what kind of angel don't know what a Bible is? You not seeing angels, you seeing demons. And I explained to them that outside of the body, and I was raised in both worlds, you can't be deceived. The spirit cannot be deceived. The spirit see everything, the past, future, and present. So no, I wasn't deceived. And I tried to explain to them that the Bible is man-made and not God. God has nothing to do with the Bible whatsoever. And I will explain word per word what the angel said. So after that angel, I show her the Bible, and when she touched it, she learned it in milliseconds. And then we had a conversation. But she told me after she read that Bible, she say, you know that is man generated to control large group of people. And I say, well, what percent of it ain't real? She said, I can't tell you this. 10%, maybe 20 is real. And it's still rough reading to get that 10 or 20%. It's rough reading. I say, well, what type of book will God want us to read? And she say, anything that make a human a better person, God will approve of. But don't get me wrong, the angel said, this book is needed on this planet to install fear into people and to give people a conscience. She said, if people then had the fear of God like the book trying to do, and they have no conscience, the world will be out of control. They won't have no conscience about stealing. They won't have no conscience about treating people bad. They won't have no conscience about killing. They won't have no conscience about nothing. And a human without a conscience is a dangerous person, David. And it all makes sense to me. Because if we didn't have a conscience, most of us wouldn't live to see 10, 20, or 30-year-old. Because the conscience instills fear in the population. And she say the government need that fear in every country. Therefore, they use religion to install fear in their people. Again, she say, it's not wrong, because this planet need this so-called Bible But I'm only just telling you God had nothing to do with it. And it only man wrote that thing to instill fear into a large group of people, which is needed on this planet, drastically needed. And that is a conversation that was between me and my angel. In the words I speak is an angel perspective on the Bible, which she didn't know what it was. And people get mad and say, that can't be an angel. How can an angel don't know about the Bible? Because an angel not required to learn man ways. The Bible is man written. The angel only know God the way. They're not required to learn nothing from humans. Nothing. And that's why they come to earth sometime as a human to learn the human experience, to learn about human emotion, to learn about human will to live, and human temptation. And how do it feel to have free will? So that's why angels come down to earth sometime to get that experience. But they're not required to learn none of men's teaching. They are God's messenger. They only require to learn what God wants them to learn. And God definitely don't want them to learn from a book what man used to control people. That's it for today. God bless.